All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for another live stream. We're back again. It's been a few weeks off, but we are back in action. And what a game we've got on our hands here. You can see the ladder there on my left and the right-hand side of the screen there. A third versus fourth, 1 point separating these two clubs. Obviously, Forest, the side killing it so far this season. They've come to a bit of a halt. You see at the bottom there, it says unbeaten. So they're unbeaten in the last 5 home Premier League games, but they are winless in the last 5 games in all competition. So, bit of a contradiction in many regards, but a massive game nonetheless for them. They want to keep that gap to Man City. We know Man City have struggled so far this season, but they've found a little bit of form as of the recent weeks. So, they're going to be dangerous in their own regard. They're looking at the lineup for Nottingham Forest. It's the usual company: Sells, Murillo, Milenkovic, Williams and Aina at the back. Anderson and Dominguez, so 2 combative duo in midfield, with Gibbs White playing behind that dangerous counter-attacking front 3. Hudson-Odoi, Wood, Alanga, and obviously Nuno is the man in the dugout. I gotta be honest, I look at this Forest side, I think there's a lot of problems for Man City. I did predict a 1-1 for some reason in this game here. Let's see the stats there. Wood's 18 goals and 3 assists. He's been on 5, and he'll be the guy as the out ball. I think Forest will sit in deep like they did versus Arsenal. There's more chance of actually getting all 3 points in this game, though, because, yes, Arsenal can be exposed in the break, but Man City, we've seen this season, have been awful defending the counter-attack, and that's why they're sitting in that 4th spot, 20 points off Liverpool on top. But I think just been watching the Premier League broadcast, their pre-show, how long will it take for Man City to come back? That's the question. And in a game like today, we'll see their lineup come up on screen a little bit. It's players we expect to be there in the next few years. A lot of injuries at the back. There it is here. Edison, he might be going, but Vardy will be staying. Kusnov will be staying. Nunez will be staying. Gonzalez, Foden, Doku, Haaland, Savinho are all be players who are staying at the football club. Omar Marmoush, who I'm a big fan of, expect him to have an impact off the bench as well in this game here. Haaland, 3 goal contributions in his last 5 games. So plenty to be excited for your City, because I guess Champions League no more. Premier League no more. You got the FA Cup obviously to look forward to, but this is a chance to see what players you want to carry over to next season. Who do you really want to be a part of this whole rebuild that Pep's mentioned a certain few times? But yet again, you add a Rodri to this side, and all of a sudden they maybe go and challenge for a Premier League next season, because there's talent there. Nico Gonzalez and a Rodri central midfield duo is very, very dangerous. You see there, 3 out of the last 5 Premier League games have been wins, so they're turning it around slowly but surely. It just feels like they were City. Every time you take 1 step forward, you're taking 2 steps back. I think this could be a great chance here for them to make a mark, to make a stand, and hopefully, I guess, kick on for the back end of the season here. Whereas you look at Nottingham Forest, it's a chance for them to build a gap. 4-point differential, Man City. That's something you possibly can hold on to, something you can manage. But again, a lot of questions for them moving forward. In that regard, can they continue to do it? I think that's the big question. Can they continue to be that side that is happy to be in that 4th position, 3rd position? Because Chelsea, they're about to take and turn around. Newcastle, after this Carabao Cup final, have got time to turn it around as well. When I see Bournemouth and Brighton have been dangerous. Super, super competitive towards the top half there. And I think I will make a video on it probably this week if I have some time. It's been funny, the Premier League, because it's felt like it's been dead. But you look at this table here and how compact it is from 10th to 5th. Why isn't it, have that feeling of not being the most exciting league? Because I think Serie A this season is going to be probably the league of the season. If that's even a statement, that league has been phenomenal. Late drama, awesome moments. It's been a real exciting league to watch. And you've got a 3-horse race for the title. Bundesliga, again, this year not as exciting because how Bayern have run away with it, but it's had the same sort of feeling as the Premier League, where it hasn't really felt as engaging. I don't know, that's just me. I know people have said it's felt like one of the worst Premier League seasons. It's not. It's one of the best. You look at the table here, one of the best seasons, just because Liverpool is so far clear of the 2nd place side, and we've been used to the last few seasons a proper 2-horse race at least to the 2nd or 3rd last match day. But I feel like this title's been wrapped up since probably early January. And Liverpool out of their tough period, and they're still so many points clear. But for Man City, that could be them next season if they try to turn it around. I think, as I said, it starts in this game here. So I'm super excited for this game here. You got Forest who want to prove they are a big boy. They can compete amongst the big sides, and versus the Man City side who they're normally there and they're off it. But can the players they've got in this lineup here compete? Just quickly, it is winless in the last 5 games in all competitions, Forest. So they want to find that winning touch, and yet again, the ladder on screen on the broadcast here. Not much separates your two sides. A 5 better goal difference to City, 1 point better from Nottingham Forest. It feels like they're coming together at a perfect time. Forest in a bit of a downturn, City and a bit of an upturn. They're meeting at a very, very even point at this current point in time. Sun's out as well. We love that for an early midday kickoff. You know the City ground is going to be absolutely bouncing for this game. It means a lot. Momentum for these two sides is massive. The turnaround for Man City, the continuation for Nottingham Forest, really, really important in this game here. Forest win. Again, 3 points away from Arsenal in second place. So they really, really want that win. It puts pressure on Arsenal, an Arsenal side that focus probably and leans towards the Champions League. And then for one last time, I look at that City lineup there and big gains for a few of those players. Kusanov, he's improved in recent games after a really dodgy first 2 games. Can he continue to make a name for himself? I'm interested in what Bernardo Silva does in this game here, alongside Nico Gonzalez. I was expecting Mateo Kovacic to line up in central midfield next to Nico Gonzalez, a more combative, energetic, ball-winning type of midfield, but they've gone with the more ball retention style with Bernardo Silva there. Obviously, you know the rumours about Edison, obviously the rumours about Bernardo Silva as well, but also Doku and Savinho. Touching them in the prediction video. I think they need to feed these players, get them more involved, get them high up the pitch and more touch of the football, because I think it's time City try and just change their style of football a little bit to benefit the players they've got on their side there. A lot to be excited about. I'm going to jump for a quick minute or so break here before this one gets kicked off. Strap yourself in, ladies and gents. We're in for a good one. 3rd versus 4th coming up after this short break. All right, ladies and gents, here we go. The big one for the weekend's action. We do have Arsenal United late in the weekend. Spurs and Bournemouth as well, some of the bigger games to look forward to. But this one probably is the one. The early kickoff here on Saturday. 2 teams competing for European action. We touched on the lineups, obviously, in that mini pre-show there. But a lot to be excited about coming this game here. Got the more traditional Nottingham Forest 4-2-3-1. Gives White the skipper in behind Chris Wood. He's got the 18 goals in the Premier League this season. Going against another Golden Boot compatriot in Erling Haaland, with Doku and Savinho surrounding him. Bernardo Silva, Foden and Nico Gonzalez is in the midfield. Kusanov continues alongside the captain, Ruben Diaz, and it's Edison in goal for Man City. Haven't watched too. I gotta be honest. I haven't watched too much of Man City this season, considering I do a podcast. But audios are working. City. I'm keen to see your reaction, Denim, in this one here. Big one. Score predictions. I did go 1-1 in my prediction video. I'll stay to that. I'm not going to backtrack on my prediction video predictions. I had a good weekend last time out. I'm going to stick with that in this game here. I'm going to go the 1-1 draw. I think City score first. I think Nottingham Forest get one late. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. A clash between almost fire and ice in many regards. The counter-attacking flair of Nottingham Forest versus the cool, calm, composed Man City in possession. It's all teed up for a good one, I've got to be honest. Got a retro Premier League ball sitting here. It's good to be on a live stream again after a week or so away. As I said, 1-1's my prediction. Let me know your score predictions in the comment section here, the YouTube comments. There's Pep Guardiola. Man, he's gone through hell, it feels like, this season, just to get to this point in time. So we'll see how he fares and his side in this game here. I remember the last time we watched a Forest game, we got treated to an absolutely ridiculous game. What the hell is that? 7-0 versus Brighton. So, hey, if we get half the goals, I'll be happy in this one here. But hey, we'll take 7 again. The anthem blasting out from the City ground. That's one hell of a teefer for a Premier League. You don't often see that in the Premier League. Play back in Germany. Let me know score predictions, guys, in the comment section. I've gone the 1-1 draw between these two clubs here. The battle for the top 4. A few seconds away from kicking off now. Right. Tell you what, that doesn't get you fired up for the Premier League. Nothing will. That anthem it's got me at the edge of my seat for this one here. We're off. Morgan Gibbs White gets that kicked off. Forest in their red strip, kicking from left to right. City in the train strip. That fluoro colour and blue from right to left. Third plays fourth. Forest in third, City in fourth. A point separates these two sides. We're in for an absolutely blockbuster game here. So when you're taken down, that's the first foul of the game. Just trying to get everything synced up and we get right into it. All right, we are all in readiness now. All streaming departments. That's what we expect from City, though. A lot of possession into wide spaces. Foden towards Haaland away from Murillo. This is where Forest look dangerous, though. On the break. Hudson-Odoi. He'll have a field day with Matheus Nunes defending him, I think. Kuznas does well and shadows that behind for the City throw on the far side. So I've been pretty impressed with Kuznetsov. We all saw that really shaky start. Chelsea, I think it was that game. Ever since, though, I think it was about the first... Oh, that's a poor giveaway for Nunes. He's not the answer for me. We're going to probably later on the game. But Forest on the first corner. Pep not happy. As I can understand. So I don't know where he's going. He's driven himself into trouble and then just dropped it off to nowhere. That scratch of the head from Pep sums it up. Corner be taken by Anthony Alanga in front of those City fans. Forest for the first chance in this game. the chorus of chants these Forest fans. Elanga in towards the near post. Nico Gonzalez heads that away. Elanga back in, and that's out for a City kick. Worry start there, though, from City. They have the 49% win percentage in this one here. I don't know if it's quite that one-sided. I'd probably give it a 30-35 probably in the favour of City, but nonetheless, you'd think the reigning champions come in to this game as the favourites, despite all their struggles this season. Unbeaten in the last 6 versus Nottingham Forest, including 5 wins. So history's on their side. The recent form is on their side as well, winning 3 of the last 5 Premier League games. So you'd think there we go. Round of applause for former player Stuart Pearce. I was wondering what was happening there. As the football continues to the rapturous applause and those on their feet at the City ground. Murillo searching for Nico Williams and finding Cousin about to meet him. Elanga. Hudson-Odoi away from Diaz. City forced into it deep. There's a bit of Forest possession. Maybe unexpected possession earlier on this one here. To Dominguez, who's obviously got a massive job to keep the likes of Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden quiet in this one here. Saying his name, he's nicked it off Elliot Anderson there. Really flying in for the challenge. The Brazilian yet again putting his hand up and a candidate up for team of the season. He continues the way he's going. Vardiol searching. Keeps wide in the way. Here's Loreno, who's definitely in the debates for team of the season this year. Elanga. This is always at his best, running at defenders. Chance for handball, but I think it's whacked Vardiol in the chest. Have a look, but I don't think there's much chance of that one being given a penalty. He's about half a yard away, to him and flush on the chest anyway. It'll be Olaina's long throw to try and test this City back line. Anderson was a floated ball in, but no one got in the end of it. There's Nuno Espirito Santo, who probably is the manager of the season, with the work he's done this year. Getting back on that Kusanov point from earlier, yeah, I think that turned out to be quite the sign. I think this is the thing for City, and that's what I talked about in the pre-show. Games like this, you know, competitive games against top sides like Nottingham Forest, they're going to prove to be really, really important this back end of the season. I know they're not playing for too much. Obviously, Champions League is number 1. They need to lock that away for the ability to bring in players. They're obviously going to let go of 4 or 5, but just so you find out a lot about the players of your football club. Ones that are there, ones that have been signed, ones that you might shift out to the bench or become squad players, because it is a rebuild, but for City it can be done very, very quickly. You got players like Marmouche, you got players like Savinho, Doku. Like, there is a squad there. Nico Gonzalez has impressed so far as well, but Kusanov's a player that, yes, he started shaky, but ever since he's really made a name for himself. Look composed, look calm on the football. I think in a game like this today against a very dangerous Chris Wood and a pacey front line, it's a real chance for him to show that he should be a part of this future City side in this rebuild. Williams' clearance is enough in the end. Repelled though. Vardiol and Aina in the way. Oh, Chris Wood's missed his foot. That's Haaland! Oh, it's gone wide. Oh, one strike to the other. Chris Wood, I don't know what he's doing there. He's dropping, he's doing the team thing, but he's taken about 3 or 4 touches and missed his foot. And then Haaland's shot lacked the power, lacked the precision in the end. Oh, it's had to nick in the end, actually. That's actually on target. Important touch from Murillo. Oh, gee, it was close. And Chris would be counting his lucky stars because Erling Haaland in and around the box, that's normally back of the net type stuff. Tokuina Lonaina. That's a throw for Forest. We're tracking back from Jeremy Doc. Oh, he's got none of the ball, actually. He just clipped Dana. He's their first chance of the game, though. Across the body shot from Erling Haaland. Centimetres away. Here he is again, the big Norwegian. The drop-off picked up, though, Murillo. There's another freight train back there. Little nutmeg on Erling Haaland, if you don't mind. But a Brazilian flair from the centre half. So I was looking for Alango, wins the initial header. He's a bit up and down at the moment, which is exciting for the neutrals like myself. Savinho on that right-hand side, he'll hug that touchline all day long. Look to skip past Nico Williams and go and get a ball into the box. Docu lays that back for Vardiol. Now Matheus Nunes, who'll do this a lot. Duck in the midfield and play in his more natural position. Bernardo here. Creates the outnumber on the flank. Another player keeping out as well as Nico Gonzalez. I've been very impressed with him so far. Coming across from Portugal, did a very good job over there. I think he's doing a very, very underrated, underspoken role here at City, which is being that holder. Savinho. It's a good-looking ball. Aina heads away. Danger with Haaland lurking in and around that spot. Doku. Has Dominguez for company. It's nicked away by Morgan Gibbs White. He's in his own area. Forest seeing deeper and deeper. Like we saw versus Arsenal last time out. They want to absorb pressure, sit in deep. They'll look to the break to try and catch City out, but most importantly is to keep the clean sheet. That's what this season has been, I guess, built upon. Forest shape looking more and more like a 4-4-2 as we go on here. Langer and Wood as the outballs, and then a bank of four in front of a bank of four. It looks like Hudson-Odoi is playing as that left midfielder and a Dominguez more playing as a right-sided midfielder. With Morgan Gibbs White sitting in as more of an 8, double pivot alongside Elliot Anderson. Look at Pep Guardiola's drip, touchline drip. He never misses with Pep. Converse on. Sweater on. Tell you what, he might not be the most likeable manager, but the fashion sense of Pep Guardiola never misses. Murillo. There's Anderson smartly away, and that's a foul from Nunes on a Hudson-Odoi. Let's go feet. Gibbs White skips past. Taz Nunes, but the ball's straight into the thankful arms of Ederson. That's what we're going to expect, I think, from Forest in this game. Short, sharp spells of possession. Directing their nature towards goal. I think City will be more the pragmatic, the sideways, the in between the lines type possession-based football. Entertaining start nonetheless done this game here. So far just the one shot. That was that Erling Haaland effort that nicked wide off Murillo's foot. Outside of that, City with 65% of the ball. Corner going the way of Nottingham Forest, but a lot to be played for. That searching ball from Malaino is picked up. Patterson. Great little pass out of Nico Gonzalez. And this is where City can operate. Bit of space and time to move the ball. Gonzalez. Nunes now. There is Savinho. I think him and Doku will be the players today. If they're going to try and beat this Nottingham Forest side, you see already how compact they're sitting. It's going to have to be those wide players for the Magic. But Olaina's in well on Doku. That should be a foul, but not given. Doku now. Space for Nico Gonzalez to take this one up. Oh, it's fist wide. That had some venom behind it. What's a hit for Nico Gonzalez? They urged him. They begged him to shoot. They sat back off him. One touch, two touch, out of your feet and have a whack and woof. It comes with the upright in the end. It sure does. Wow, Sells ain't going to get there. That was inches away from 1-0 City. Bright player, this kid. Really bright player. I think maybe not the Rodri replacement, but the ultimate combination in there. We see how Liverpool do it with McAllister and Gravenberch. Doesn't look that much different if it's Rodri and Nico Gonzalez for me. Maybe that's their antidote to that Liverpool combination. Here comes Savinho now. He's dripped it out left. Cut back ball to Erling Haaland, who's missed his kick. Milenkovic just calmly clears that away. That's dangerous, though. Playing with fire with Erling Haaland, space in the edge of the area. Not often he misses his kick like that. Alanga, Hudson-Odoi now. Bit of one-touch football there from the two wingers. Great play from Forest here. Alanga, he can turn. Anderson the runner. Anderson in. Keeps it alive for Nico Williams and Forest up in the City area in a flash. Gives White. See you at the flag, won't get it. Kusanov away. And smartly. Very, very swift from Forest and the fans respond. I tell you what. Great football. Alanga, Hudson-Odoi, Anderson all involved. One-touch football. Give and go. Open the spaces up. Anderson probably would have been offside if anything had come up from that, but Kusanov was none the wiser as he cleared away smartly. Forest again, they go from end to end in a flash. Wood always touches away from. Yeah, Wood's offside by a bit. It's bright though. It's good from Forest. They're going to keep us interested in the first quarter of an hour. Looks like Foden really is going to be that floater today. He's sort of dropping into all the little holes and spaces. Nunes already dropped into midfield. But Forest now sort of floating between the 4-3-3 and the 4-4-2 when they're defending without the football. As a general rule of thumb, looks like Alanga and Wood are the two strikers. And then Dominguez sort of that tucked in right midfielder. Savinho running out Nico Williams, searching for Bernardo Silva, and that was a very hopeful ball. That was not retrieved by the Portuguese. Sharp line up on Murillo. My ball. My God. Give me some of that trim. Man on screen, Pep. He won't be too discouraged from the start despite barking orders from the sideline. There's a searching ball. Alanga the chaser. Vardio does well, but the clearance picked up by Dominguez. Naina. Oh, one back well by Vardio. Continues to be an absolutely machine computer-like in his consistency. This gives White, who look to pull the strings all day long for Forest. Those tricky trees. That touch just got away from Callum Hudson-Odoi. And Matheus Nunes doing well. I promise I'll talk a bit about it. He's a funny player. I'm talking about all these players they want to build around and for the future. I just don't see Matheus Nunes having a spot in this City side. Right back and inverting, I just don't think he's good enough to play that role. There's a lot of spaces. Teams target that side of the park. You've already seen so far in this game. Nottingham Forest have almost religiously looked out left to Callum Hudson-Odoi to take on Matheus Nunes, and you see him now inverting into midfield. They get caught in possession here, City. That right-hand channel, a lot of work for Kusanov to do. So I just don't see him fitting in this City side in the future because Nico Gonzalez plays alongside Rodri. You've got Bernardo Silva, if he stays, another midfield option. I just don't see him being that midfielder, nor this sort of right wing-back inverted position like Pep has him now. I think he might be something that might just get lost in translation of Man City. But I'm here to be proven wrong. He's had a good start of the game, but I have been hypercritical on him this season. I think warranted. He hasn't really been that great. He's been a weak point for the City side throughout the season. So it's something to keep an eye on, his development and the way he goes. But I just don't think he's one for the future for Man City. I think he'll get phased out, faded out. Maybe someone needs to look for another move to a different Premier League club. Because the talent there, I just think this City system might just be not the right fit for him because I look around the league and it's right backs doing the job. Like, look at Olaena. Fantastic. A more natural out-and-out right back. Obviously, Trent Alexander-Arnold's a different kettle of fish, but yeah, preferably a right back. Reece James, a right-sided, fullback. The inverted, I guess, quest and challenge that Pep started and put on some of his players, I don't think Matheus Nunes is up to that task. But again, I'm here to be proven wrong. He's had a good start in the opening 20 minutes. A lot of football to be played, and I think the way Forest are targeting, that's going to be the side they're going to be targeting at. We've got a free kick here for Forest and Murillo on the halfway line. We've seen them make a lot of these chances in the past. More traditional free kick style. It's a bit of a training ground routine here with Alanga peeling off. Gibbs-White. Olaena. Yeah, and I said now with Gibbs-White. Space to whip the ball in. Foden gets a nick on it. And Edison cleans it up. Not quite probably how they drew it up, Nottingham Forest. Great work here from Doherty. Just to close out the Alanga's space to just preventing that time. And then here, Gibbs-White thinks he has time. Foden out to him. Gets an important nick on that. Savinho. Now there's Matheus Nunes. Yeah, and great touch from Guardiola to keep that ball in movement. Doku. Dominguez touched tight to him and chomping away at his heels. Good defense City so far. They've probably had the better of it. 3 shots, fair chunk of possession. So they're just in the ascendancy at the 62% possession at the moment. Savinho now getting more and more space. This half's gone on. Nunez's ball's poor. Forest sitting deeper and deeper. City patient as always. Look at Dominguez. They almost touch tight to Phil Foden now as well. So he's got a big job, it looks like, to play as that sort of right-sided midfielder. Almost man-marking Doku and Foden, who looks to drift all around that front three there. So far for City, it's basically been the 2 wide men. Not much for Silva and Co in the mid-centre of the park. Might take a Bernardo Silva or Foden with his smart ball to split apart this workman-like Forest unit. Milenkovic tight to Haaland there. Searching ball from Nunes. Picked up by Milenkovic. He searches along for Chris Wood. New Zealander just couldn't outstrength Kusanov. Done fantastically well again. That clearance is a bit of work for Murillo to do. Well kept alive from Savinho and Nico Gonzalez in a combination. Those Forest fans get a bit edgy. City doing their job. Possessing. Patience. Pass, pass, pass. Looking for that little hole. Looking for that chance. So far, they haven't really created anything for themselves. It's been more Forest mistakes and allowing Nico Gonzalez a shot and Chris Wood gifting Erling Haaland that opening chance of the game. Here is the Norwegian drifting a bit deeper to pick that ball up from Josko Vardiol. The man gets in well. He's been great so far in this one. It's the thing that a frustration I have with the likes of City and Arsenal at times, especially this season. It's the speed of ball movement. Make it more intentional. You know the central area is being defended. Force the ball out wide. Play direct out wide. Spread the game. Sometimes overpassing is not always the solution. I guess when you've got players like they've got in their team, no reason to it. And that ball there shows it. Vardiol finds Savinho. He can run out Nico Williams. Oh, great team block there for Nico Williams and Murillo, and they hook it away. Hudson-Odoi just ran out of green grass. One back by Nunes. Now Savinho. There's Bernardo Silva. Haven't seen much of him so far. What's the Portuguese got to deliver? Ball to Nico Gonzalez, and his first effort was much better than that second. He sent that into the top tier. He's got to just lift that one, I think, to the back post and more of a better option. There is Omar Marmoush. Personal favourite of my own there, Omar Marmoush. I'd love to see him get some minutes there. I was expecting him to play at the number 10. Phil Foden not to play, but I ended up electing to go with Phil Foden as that drifting, lurking, roaming number 10. Quite the bench though there. Ilkay Gundogan, Rico Lewis, Omar Marmoush, Stefan Ortega. There's a fair bit of talent there. Kusanov, well, twice up in the air to beat Chris Wood. Impressive start from the Uzbekistani centre half. Tell you what, a lot to be excited for City in the first 25 minutes. They've got control of possession, control of the chances, control of the pace of the game. That's very, very important versus the Forest side. Make sure you don't allow them to dictate the speed of the game, because that's when it can go very much in one way, and that is in Forest's direction. Elena. Spaced across the ball. Vardiol again. He's just so big. He gets in the way so often. Elanga trying to show him the dummy. Helped out by his right side compatriot and Elanga. There's Dominguez. Little give and go with Morgan Gibbs White. Elanga's drifted inside. Ran into a Gonzalez sized problem and given away to Doku. Can City now break on transition? Doku couldn't get past Gibbs White, and that should be a card, you'd think. No card. I'm surprised. Yeah, there it is. It is a yellow card for Morgan Gibbs White. Stop the counter attack. That's pretty much a banker for a yellow in that one. He's taking him out. He knew he was going. It's always going to be a yellow card for the skipper. Don't know what he's shaking his head about. Referee's made the right decision there. I think he's asking him, what can I do? But you stuck your arm out and hugged him. That's basically a blanket yellow. Once again, though, very impressive in Kusanov, Vardiol, and Diaz is this sort of back three in possession. When it turns out it does become a bit of a fall, but they're doing some great work, those three. Coming in and stopping those counterattacks before they even have a chance and forcing, I guess, Forest to overplay the football. Not being that direct, one-touch football in behind the back line type speedy play. Got 2 balls on the pitch. We'll take 2 for City and Sevilla. Silva away from that Elliot Anderson challenge. Across the City back 3. Here's the skipper, Ruben Dias. Doku. It's a searching ball. It finds Foden. And the cut across the box. Haaland just not there. Really, really dangerous, tantalising ball into the area. Haaland just not quite there in time, which is surprising. He's often there on time. Good find from Jeremy Doku to find that run of Phil Foden. The City throw, despite the complaints from those behind the goal. Dominguez again. And a real nuisance in there for Forest. Probably their best player on the pitch so far, you'd think. It's been this right-hand side that's slowly getting more involved. There's Aina into Doku. Dominguez into Doku as well. And Forest do get their throw at last. To the joy of that end behind the goal there. As we do approach the half an hour mark. A lot between, I guess, the thirds. Nothing massive in the final thirds. Obviously, City have had the better of the two. Haaland's shot deflecting wide and Nico Gonzalez absolute rocket hitting the upright. Forest had a few moments, but no real attempt on goal. They doesn't have to do much at the moment. Let's go Vardiol. I'm liking this matchup here, Doku and Arna. It's going to be really entertaining. Here comes Doku now. Wants to feint and go around the outside, but Aina there to meet him. Dominguez is always there as well as backup. Little brother. Just nipping away around the corner. Silva. Slowly getting more involved in this game. Savinho. Francesco Vardiol is edging closer to the area. Jeremy Doku. The Belgian finds the Croatian. Vardiol. Foden! Blocked. Oh, it's a good chance, that one there. And Nunes shoves Antilanger in the back. And that was a very well worked chance for City. One touch in behind. Vardiol takes his time, pulls it back. Foden. I tell you what, probably was going wide, but Dominguez didn't really know otherwise. He had to get his body in the way, and it was a good block in the end. But really great work. One touch football. Doku, Vardiol, Foden all linking up to create that chance for City's 47. Got a hit or miss season. More of a miss, I guess, at the start of the season. It's getting better as the games are going on. He had 2 goal involvements in his last 5 games. There's Chris Wood dropping in. Murillo looking long. Alanga's pace will be dangerous. Edison out. To Nika. That ball off. Antti Alanga is running in behind. Better though from Forest, more direct. Using that speed they've got, that ball will be too much for Aina to keep in. The gasmanship from him setting the second ball to the pitch. So far, so good for that man on screen. Milenkovic and Murillo have been good on Erling Haaland. Actually, both centre halves for both sides. Gonzalez robbed of that. Dominguez try to keep it alive. That's got to be a yellow, you'd think, for the City holding midfield, and it is. He lost the ball. He had to shut down that counter-attack because Dominguez won it cleanly and fairly. And as he was falling to his feet, he just put himself in the way of Dominguez, and that's always going to be a foul. And once again, referee's got that one bang on, I feel like. Second yellow in this game here. One apiece. And this is a dangerous, really dangerous spot for Nottingham Forest. The names like Milenkovic, Murillo, Wood. It's just a real chance. And Elliot Anderson's always a danger of these positions as well. Antti Alanga, the set-piece specialist at Forest. To whip this one in, right-footed ball. Outswinger. Which one of the tall timbers can get on the end of this one? Murillo's deepest. Milenkovic and Wood are amongst it. He sees towards the back post and Gibbs Watt was charging into the back post. Goal kick given. Vardiel doing enough in the end to just work that one out of play. Really great flight to it. I think Gibbs Watt does get the touch. It's probably a fair call from the referee. Really good drift into the box there. And they're spinning out of trouble. Then spinning back into trouble. Here's Forrest pressing from the front. I haven't seen much of this today. They're worrying themselves a bit of a problem here. Edison. They've played out well. For the experienced heads, they're getting the job done. Harlan wins that initial ball. City have gotten out. William Aina. It's been a great old matchup between him and Doku so far. Still no shot on target or anything for the keepers to do so far in this game, but City having the 5 shots so far. To Forest, none. It's a great throw to find Phil Foden. Cut back ball and Bernardo Silva. Just got under that ball there. The Portuguese little magician, you thought he'd do better than that. The goal comes from this great throw to Phil Foden. There's a lot of space to tee that ball up. That's a few times now City have had a chance running onto balls in the edge of the area, and the quality of player on this side here, you'd think they'd be hitting the target. It's 3 or 4 now that have either gone over the crossbar or been mishit. I really would like that opening goal, you'd think, away from home, settle the nerves, quiet down this crowd, but missing some big chances. Diaz does well in the end just to hook that one clear. Doku, Foden now. Doku nicks it back. Really great work from the Belgian. A real bright start in this game so far. Past the Anderson challenge. Now finding his winger counterpart in Savinho. See, by far the better side so far. There is Savinho. Tejas Nunes. Can they create one more big chance here before the end of the first half? Just under 10 minutes plus stoppages, which you don't imagine there'll be much of. It's been a real entertaining, quick-moving first half. Savinho looking for Foden. And it's not enough. Nico Williams searching. Only finding Kusanov. The ball repelled, but only for so long. Doku now to Josko Vardiol. Pep purging his plays up the pitch. Everyone now in the Forest half. Forest have basically everyone just in the edge of their own area. Slowly in this game, deeper and deeper, sitting. The City have space to play in front of them. Nothing yet in behind them, which is important. If you're Nottingham Forest, Savinho searching more for Aina. Doku, sorry, but Aina in the way. And then he takes out Josko Vardiol, who's grabbing at that right leg. Bernardo Silva drifted out wide now. Back to that right wing position he's played so often and under Pep Guardiola. Twisting, turning, but finding nowhere to go. And you see the problem a lot of teams have had this season versus Forest. It's so hard to find consistent space. That's a good spot, though, for Savinho to be into. Just ran out of green grass in the end. Really good work, though, from Bernardo Silva and Savinho down that right-hand channel. Get doubled up there, Forest. Bernardo Silva, he just finds a little pass in between the legs of Elliot Anderson, and then Savinho touch just got away from him. So you got to maybe take one touch less and just whip that ball to the box early and try and catch out the centre halves from Forest, but takes one too many and in the end knocks the ball out of play. Murillo's giveaway's poor. Gonzalez gives it right back though to Forest. Murillo searching. Alanga's touch ends up working out for Hudson-Odoi. He turns away from the Nunez challenge and keeps going. Goes to ground, but nothing doing. And Diaz has given it away, though. Alanga. Oh, and his touch just not enough to reach Hudson-Odoi. It's Gibbs White. Harlan, though, tracking back. Getting feisty in there. Foden goes to ground. No foul, though, from the referee. Here come Forest. Hudson-Odoi. This little Flores. Oh, Gibbs White's effort's poor. It's gone more sideways than forwards. Little flurry there from Forest. They're going to get those moments. They've got to make the most of them, though. Shots like that from Gibbs White isn't the answer, unfortunately, for Nottingham Forest. Last 5 now, coming up. In an engaging first half, but nothing ridiculous. Savinho, Gonzalez, Doku. Oh, skips past Aina. Puts it for Foden. Oh, just ahead of him. City are finding those little pockets more and more often, though, now. It's got to be a worry. Alanga pressing. But Diaz doing well in the end. Doing very well. So he can get back on the football. Well, stats update, 68% of the ball, 6 shots on goal. One corner, they're going to Forest. They've only had the one shot, which was that Gibbs White effort from a few minutes ago, and that went wildly wide. So far, all in City's favour so far this game, but all it takes is one chance of Forest. All it takes at the City ground is a goal, and this crowd gets really involved. I'll tell you one thing, if you're City, you don't want to go behind in this game. It feels like a real long way back. Bernardo Silva, Savinho, cutting in on that left hand. Foot there, sorry. Casual by Hudson-Odoi. Same with Williams. Murillo hooks clear. Important touch there by Matheus Nunes. Keeps City on the ball. It's half time. Nears. Loving what I'm saying from this back three here. Kusanov, Diaz, Vardiol. Vardiol the biggest threat going forward, but Kusanov and Diaz are doing some great work aerially. Dealing with the wood and Alanga pressing as well. Unfazed so far. The old half chance, I guess you can say. Off the back of Forest pressing, but they've done well in possession so far, City. I tell you what, Doku's been fantastic so far as well. Cutting inside again. Jeremy Doku! Oh, and the first real shot of real danger. And Matt Sells down well to make the save. Expected save, but goes through body, so nonetheless, important save for Matt Sells. But again, tricky feet from Doku, dropping the shoulder, little changes of pace. He's getting more and more space, more and more opportunities as this game grows on. First attempt on goal, that one. Here comes Alanga. Forest end to end. Cut back only finding Nico Gonzalez. And Nunez just says, have that. Really touched great. Gives wide as well. Milenkovic now. Forest going to go quickly forward. Sells looking long. Langa's offside, but Wood isn't. Wood, tried the ambitious. Never really looked like it though with Edison. He was momentarily off his line, but always backtracking quick enough. This is not another good sign for Man City. Nunez with his boot off. Really smart from Sells. Just they go long, look for Chris Wood. And could he have taken a touch? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it'd be harsh me saying that. Did try the ambitious. Got good connection, but needed just a little bit more, you thought, just to beat the backtracking Edison. I think he's saying roll of the ankle there. Pep has a word for Haaland, Savinho. He's wanting him to cut inside a little bit more, create that opportunity by getting on his left foot, because one of the most dangerous crosses of the football in world football, Savinho. Just ask Artem Dovbyk and the Girona centre forward the last season of how good he is. How good's that bench looking though? Kevin De Bruyne in there as well. So we're in the 45th minute now. Let's take the sting out of the game a little bit, this one here. Back up on his feet, Matheus Nunes. Just up there, he's trying to push off and it's just twisted, isn't it? That right foot of his. We get 2 minutes of additional time on this one. Can't imagine too much more coming off this first half. With that being said, you never know in the Premier League. There's always late drama. Bernardo Silva dropping right in deep. It's looking long. The service of his centre forward, the big Norwegian, but Wamba Milenkovic, once again, he's done a really good job keeping Haaland quiet. Almost man marking the big Norwegian. Whilst Morella does a sweeping. We enter the last minute now of the stoppages. Kusanov away. And Nunez back into the action. Elliot Anderson, hopeful ball for Alanga. Kusanov nicks in to nick that one back. Foul on Savinho by Nico Williams. He's not best too pleased, but did come through him to get the ball. Good little half so far. Nothing much really to talk about though, outside of a few City chances. It's need a little bit more sharp in the final third to get that opening goal. Foden, Haaland, Gonzalez, Foden, and Silva once more had some of those chances in there in the first half. Only one shot required a save for Matt Sells, and that came from Jeremy Doku. But outside of that, Forest on their job. They defended deep, they defended compactly to keep City at arm's length. Gonzalez hits the upright. Doku tests Sells. Forest had the odd fast flurry in the final third on the break, but nonetheless, not really much to speak of. City 0, Forest 0. the battle of third and fourth place so far been entertaining, but far from a blockbuster. I'll go for a short break for halftime. I'll see you guys just before the start of the second half. Hopefully a lot more excitement to come in the second half action. I'll be back in around 10 to 15 minutes. Enjoy the halftime break, guys. All right, we are back for the second half action. Seeing us kicked off. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Keen for this one. Got a taste what we can get in the first half there. And we are off and underway. City kicking from left to right. Forest from right to left in their red strip. City in the away strip. Hopefully a little bit more entertainment in the second half for the neutrals. Maybe some goals to talk about. Otherwise, I've sat here for 2 hours for nothing. So it's all love the game. It's all love the game. If you're joining us, let us know your score predictions. I went with a 1-1 coming into it. That's looking like a pretty good prediction the way things are going. Just see how City approaches. Will they continue their same way? In a way, you could say they have to chase the game. Forest are quite happy with their sitting in the league. They're the ones coming this game on top of Man City. Well, they're done. Docu back to Matheus Nunes, who had that ankle roll late in that first half. He's good to continue, though. I said City's wide men will be the ones to win it for them. They have been heavily involved. Forest are the ones that are sitting deep, playing the uglier football, as you can say. Want to make it a real scrap, an ugly old game. Doku's just dragged that ball out. But they just haven't been quick enough, I think. I feel like they've created the odd chance, though, City. Just it's about being more clinical in the final third. Just feels like City this season, that's sort of been a theme of things. A lot of half chances, not putting away the proper ones. Alanga's ball in. Dominguez! Oh. Now that's what they can do. He might have hurt his hamstring there trying to get to that ball. He's waving over to the bench or the referee or something. Is it a cramp? Is it a tear or a pull? I was his foot injury. I don't know what's going on here, but it was a great old chance over the top to find Dominguez in the end. I don't know where he's hit his foot here. What to go at, Sams? Towards a bench potentially in this game. Obviously, Kovacic, Marmoush, Grealish, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Riley, Lewis for City, Tayo Awoniyi, Alex Moreno, Jota Silva, Ryan Yates, Danilo for Forest. So there are some game changes on there, whether it be holding a lead or chasing a result. There are opportunities. We've got to change of flanks as well with Savinho out on the left now. Doku on his right. Milenkovic searching for Wood. He falls instead. Hooked back into a central area and all taken down by foot. Splendid day, but football's just subpar to that at the moment. Not quite matching the... I'm not sure that being a foul. Kusanov down, but I don't know where this foul's... I'm not sure it's a foul at all. No head collision. He's going for the ball in the side. But much brighter there from Forest. They're chasing balls. They're putting pressure on the centre halves, and I think that's the first time Kusanov's actually had to challenge an opposition player in the air. He's Had it very easy so far in this one. Looked a bit like a Rolls Royce in that first half, the way he was able to play the football. But that's now Langer getting in behind. Wood chasing that ball down to put pressure on Kusanov. That's more of what Forest want, I think. Silva. And one offside for Doku. Not going to get it. Across Dominguez again, the way he's been everywhere. Every blade of grass that man's run on. And Kusanov quite hurt himself. Now outstanding position there, but once again, fantastically well there. Okay, Williams had this throw. And those fans are responding to this great start from Forest. They get him behind their side. It's 3 or 4 now direct long balls in behind that have chased down and put pressure on the City defenders. Hudson-Odoi, Alanga. They'll give and go in there. Elliot Anderson now. You know, he can create something out of nothing. So I think Haaland had that early chance and then had a missed kick as well after that. That's a throw, a goal kick, sorry. No? It's a corner kick. They've given it. I thought it was already out of play before Kusanov touched it behind, but great little chest in there. Gibbs White to find Elliot Anderson. He does keep it alive. I thought it was a goal kick for sure, but Anderson wins Forest a corner. They're second of the game. Alanga's right-footed in-swinger. Boy, will this be a story if they found the back of the net. Creating the keeper here. Alanga's ball. Once again, just towards the near post. A little bit more air on it, you'd think, to really make it a chance. I tell you what, we are 7 minutes into this second half and it's been all Forest. Much better from them. Pressing, pushing, chasing, 50-50s, winning the 50-50s, second balls. It's really, really good from them. And Sears need to adjust and I think just, once again, slow it down. Forest want to play with pace. They want to play with intensity. They want to play with speed. City want it more controlled, possession. They're more pragmatic through the lines. So we saw more in the first half. That's why I was a little bit more quieter. But this is better. Nico Williams wins a ball. Then Hudson-Odoi wins a 50-50. Dominguez. Nico Williams. This is good from Forest. Hudson-Odoi now. Support arriving in the form of Elliot Anderson. Gives away from that Doku challenge. But City back in numbers and back well. Gibbs White. Great ball for Nico Williams. Just can't quite get it out of his feet. Gets back in the way though. Anderson now. They're just winning 50-50s. It's fantastic from Forest. Forest throw. Much better start in the second half for Forest. Energy, intensity's in the game. Hudson-Odoi. Alanga, a little nutmeg on Doku. Williams cut back. And he finds Phil Foden. He's done a bit of everything today. It's a foul, Bernardo Silva. Tenth minute now, the second half. Bright Forest start. Really good from them. I think this is what the Forest fans wanted to see, maybe because of the last 150 minutes. I think they wanted it versus Arsenal. Take it to the Gunners. Take it to a side that was somewhat inconsistent, vulnerable. And the City side, same sort of thing. An inconsistent City side. They're trading wins and losses in recent times. The Forest fans want their side to go at these teams. And they've matched that in the second half here. Josko Vardiol. Savinho stayed out left. Fans rising as one. Gonzalez, now Kusanov. Haaland. It's landed the way of Matheus Nunes. Savinho. Tries to skip past Aina. He finds up those City fans behind the goal. He'll get a corner. City's first. There goes Phil Foden in front of those adoring City fans. Can their star boy produce something from this set piece? A lot of tall timber, my God. Kusanov, Ruben Diaz, Vardiol, Haaland, Nico Gonzalez. It's towards Erling Haaland. Silva blocked away. And Gibbs White will go chase this. And I tell you what, that's going to be a yellow for Matheus Nunes. It won't be red because I don't think Gibbs White was ever going to keep that ball in play, but that's it. That's the intensity Forest want. Chasing second balls. Putting pressure on challenges like that. And see, he looks sluggish coming out of the halftime interval. He's lucky those stars went high as well. Maybe it could have been a red card, but I think when you think about it, he wasn't going anywhere. The skipper, Morgan Gibbs White. But that's what you want. That's what the fans wanted as a home game. Get behind their side. Pressure on the front line. Really good. Nottingham Forest. Really, really good. We'll get another one of these long free kicks from Murillo. Drills that one. And I'll tell you what, I don't think Grado had any pressure on him, but he headed it straight to Dominguez. I'll let Aina now. Forest can reset this one now with Murillo. Good tempo to this one. We're back at where I thought this game would be at in terms of the intensity it came with. It's a long searching ball. And searching is the key word. It's well and truly out of play away from Hudson-Odoi. See, not necessarily a very impressive second half team, but a team that does have a bit of that clutch gene in them. And that's have the ability to overwhelm a side and build pressure. So definitely not out of it until that final whistle goes. But we also do know that Nottingham Forest come second half when spaces open up on the break, especially against a City team that probably has to go for the game. You expect them to get more opportunities for Alanga, Hudson-Odoi and co. But this pressing is impressive on Dominguez. Nunes, though, having to drop in and get an important touch. Here's Matheus Nunes. Finding Josko Vardiol. Can he find that defence splitting pass? No, he cannot, because Nico Williams is there. And he's steaming up this channel. Oh, and that ball for Chris Wood. I think he was offside. Right idea, though. Bright idea. It's a little bit too much for the big New Zealander to chase down. But again, no transition. That's what I want to play with. I don't think these change of flanks have helped Savinho or Doku, to be honest with you. So that's it. You haven't done much of it in these sort of dangerous areas. Williams again with the defensive header. Kusanov. Still a real quiet game from the likes of Bernardo Silva. Phil Foden had his moments. There is Bernardo Silva. Runs into a Murillo brick wall. Alanga away from that challenge. Nearly away from the second. Actually a foul on Gonzalez, who isn't happy. That running from Alanga. Speed. So quick of feet. his first step, probably the quickest in the Premier League. As here's the double substitution for Man City. Rico Lewis, Mateo Kovacic ready to go. Laena blocked in momentarily and then away from Diaz. Picked up by Morgan Gibbs White. It's Murillo and Nico Williams. Oh, a really unfortunate slip there from Gibbs White. I could have been Paul. Got away with though, Nottingham Forest. I think they're trying to turn away from Vardiol, but going nowhere with that one there. Gonzalez passed the initial challenge and fouled by Dominguez. Those two have been at each other's necks for most of the hour mark so far. And then here comes those substitutions. Nunez off for Rico Lewis, so a straight swap out there. And it's Gonzalez on that yellow card off for the other holder, Mateo Kovacic. So Bernardo Silva remains on despite having a quieter opening hour. We're over an hour gone in this one here. 0-0 to the score, but an improved Forest intensity here in the second half. Gives us confidence that we could be in for a bit of a grandstand finish in this one here between third place Forest and fourth place City. That's a loose pass though. Gibbs White past the referee and past Rico Lewis and finding Hudson-Odoi. And Kusanov has to go out to meet him. Drifted ball in. Vardiol again. Just feels like whenever there's a dangerous area, it's Vardiol in the way. Dominguez ain't done well initially. Dominguez's ball. Oh, no one on the end of it. And they're up behind the goal. Just a little swing of momentum, it feels like. The tricky trees for a reason. That's what I call them. They always find a way. Alanga. Away from the initial challenge. Keeps that ball alive. Anderson. Oh, done well by Kusanov to keep that ball in play. And then Anderson can clean that one up. Again, another nervy moment for City defensively. Just not quick, not at the challenge. Not at the speed of Nottingham Forest right now. Some fresh legs there. Mateo Kovacic, someone who works very hard with him out the football. Rico Lewis, more of an expression at midfield wing back. Looks like the broadcast Marmouche coming as well, which I'm excited to see. I'm always a fan of seeing Omar Marmouche take the field to play. Foden. Ruben Diaz who continues his run. It's Diaz. And Matt Sells down well to save that one. Quite a tame effort in the end from Ruben Diaz. Forest just swarming in numbers defensively. And that's it. Hooks that one straight out into touch. Looks like Kevin De Bruyne there as well. So they're going to swing the hook, Pep Guardiola, and go with a whole new fresh crew out there. Talk about attacking talent. You got a fair chunk of it coming on the pitch in about a minute or so's time with those two. Great chance for Nico Williams. Now Elliot Anderson. Dominguez, who's been basically everywhere in this game. Now Morgan Gibbs White and space to run into. Morgan Gibbs White. Morgan Gibbs White. What a challenge from Kusanov. Very impressive, hurling himself down to his left-hand side. Very impressive. Dominguez and Kovacic going at it. Referee lets them play. Murillo turns away from one. Finds Gibbs White. And I tell you what, Forest are on top. Sells goes long. What a challenge from Kusanov. I thought that Gibbs White shot was destined at least to test the keeper, but Uzbekistani defender just chucking himself at that football. Showing that he's worth every single penny. The young centre half. Still 0-0. As we tick over 25 minutes to play in this one. In the spring sunshine in Great Britain. Oh, great return ball. Savinho. Oh. And Milenkovic in the way. Oh, just a little silently the skies return ball there. Great little run by Savinho into the pocket, into the channel. That's where he's at his best. Giving goes. Working in the half space in the channel. Getting his head up. He's an intelligent footballer. We're going to get two more intelligent footballers than Kevin De Bruyne and Omar Marmoush. Certainly in the next stoppage. Lewis, Foden now. He's got space to turn into. And find the Belgian Doku. This game just picked up in a notch or so in intensity and in pressure and in speed of ball movement. It's really something to admire. Savinho couldn't turn away from one challenge. Williams just had his fingerprints all over this one. Great pass from Wood. Hudson-Odoi away. And he's got a lot of space to run into. Kusanov out to meet him. It's Chris Wood. Oh, his touch just gets away from him. Anderson. Will he tee up a shot? Hudson-Odoi. It's Callum Hudson-Odoi. Oh, what's a save? What's a save from Anderson? Tips it onto the post. And it's a red wave of attack right now. You can't stop him. What's a save from Edison? At full stretch. Say what you want, but that's a big time save from the Brazilian. And City need a stoppage. It's almost like the 10th round of a heavyweight boxing fight. They are throwing blow after blow, and City just holding on. Milenkovic now. Here's Alanga. There's just pockets everywhere for Nottingham Forest. Olaina. And Edison out to make the save. And he sends City on his way. Now Savinho. It's becoming very, very stretched, this one here. Here comes the Brazilian. Early ball, looking for Foden. Murillo there. Clearing only as far as his countryman Savinho. Rolled across to Bernardo Silva. Here's Jeremy Doku. Sizing up Nico Williams. Blocked Bailey Anderson. Doku again, away by Murillo. That Forest brick wall. Anderson at the feet of Doku. This game has reached 110%. It's back and forth. Lewis. Are you not entertained? Foden. This game just feels like there's a goal coming. Will it be City? Doku. Oh, great challenge from Williams. This is end-to-end stuff. Look at this. Anderson. Hudson-Odoi. And you think now, but he waits. And then what a save from Ederson. Full stretch. It's gone through bodies, through legs. Oh, what a save. Full stretch. Powerful hand onto the post. That's elite keeping. Savinho off. Marmoush on. The Egyptian prince enters the field of play, and Foden will depart to allow Kevin De Bruyne. Just when you thought Foden was getting a little bit more involved, off he trots. A fair bit of attacking talent now for City. How can Forest respond? Dominguez off. He's had a fantastic game, Nicholas Dominguez. And on comes the spirited Ryan Yates. And then he lives and breathes Nottingham Forest. Picks the armband up and says, let's go to work, ladies and gentlemen. Take a breath and reset. We've got 20 more minutes of this. Rico Lewis to in, get us restarted. Ferocious pace this game since the 50th minute. Kevin De Bruyne's first touch to play that ball back to Kusanov. So Marmoush has taken up one of those central roles. Doku's gone out left. Kevin De Bruyne, we know he'll float. Oh, dangerous little reverse ball looking for Marmoush, but it's out for a goal kick. Has Pep got something else up his sleeve in this last 20 minutes? He's happy. Doku's happy. That's what they want to do. You got to use the pace of Omar Marmoush, you just feel. Him coming on the pitch. My God, I talked about Kusov in the first half. He's had a fabulous game. The closing speed, the challenges, ridiculous. So Bernardo Silva goes out right. Doku goes back out left. It'll be Marmoush and De Bruyne operating in behind Erling Haaland. It'll be Kovacic alone in the 6. And Ryan Yates will slot right back in alongside Elliot Anderson and Morgan Gibbs-White as a central 3. They're the actors. Who's the playwright? Rico Lewis now. Jeremy Doku now. De Bruyne in these little spaces. This is where City are dangerous. A vintage Kevin De Bruyne will find a way to make a pass or find that little ball in behind. Got to be aware if you're Nottingham Forest. Can't be flat-footed. Got to close the ball. Can't be too sluggish. Mateo Kovacic. What's the Croatian got up his sleeve? There's the Egyptian Omar Marmoush. Forest are at it though. They're binding at the heels of these City players. Kusanov is challenge. Jack still can't get over that challenge from a few minutes ago. Silva. Kovacic. Oh, looking. Murillo in the way. It's De Bruyne. Oh, it fell to him. And just unlucky. Put the ball over the crossbar. The ball sort of bobbled. He just got under it. But look at these little tight spots. Kovacic just looking for that little run in behind of Marmoush. And it falls to De Bruyne on his left foot. Just leaning back a little bit too much. In the end, it goes wide over the, rather than over the crossbar. But there's your warning shot for your Forest. Look at the second half stats though. 4 attempts for Forest, 5 for City. You can compare to the 7 versus 2 in the first half for the Citizens. City winning the 50-50s now. Marmoush keeping his feet. Referee will allow the advantage. Yates will probably pick up a yellow at the next stoppage. Bernardo Silva now. Oh, great chance for Nico Williams to stop that little back heel. Gibbs-White. On Silva gets his foot in well. Whatever you can do, I can do better, says Bernardo. Pep's pumped on the bench. This game deserves a goal. It could be a 1-0 game, to be honest with you. Both teams wanting it. Both teams searching for it. City probably more desperate. Forest will take a point. But I'd love all 3 in a game like this. It's a goal kick of Bernardo Silva. Rico Lewis. Bernardo Silva trying their best, but Nico Williams having a field day down that right-hand side there. Let me know in the comment section, guys, if you're joining us. Which way do you think this one's going to swing? Because I, at the moment, cannot tell you. It feels like it is on a knife's edge, this game here. Teetering. Ready for someone to take it by the scruff of the neck. As I said, the actors are out there. The playwright has got the pen in their hand, but who is going to write their name? Who's going to make it about them? Sells his ball long. Great little touch there by Chris. Would take that ball down dead. Anderson. Nico Williams searching. Kusanov meets it. Anderson. And a Silva tracking back. This little combo with Rico Lewis on the right. It's looking positive. Oh, great little body firm from Kusanov. Back to his goalkeeper. Obviously has made the save of the game so far. And that ball's fantastic. I don't know if it's meant for him, but it's Reg Doku who keeps his feet and skips past Ryan Yates. And Yates is in well. Don't they love the skipper there at the City ground? Here's Alanga. A little bit of space they're operating to. Oh, that ball's poor. Marmoush picked it off. City other way now. And you know Marmoush want to run. De Bruyne. Doku, whoa, wasteful from Antti Alanga. One more touch, get balance. Find the late runner. It's probably the right idea, but just the execution was poor. De Bruyne, Doku. Oh, Milenkovic in the way. Yates out. City probing. Pep just prancing up that touchline. City fans interested. Their side have turned it on the last 10 or so minutes. This one could go either way. Vardiol looking and finding Lewis. Silva chopping inside. Can't escape the wrath of Nico Williams right now. He's having a field day in the second half. If Dominguez was probably the player of the match in the first half, I'll tell you what, Nico Williams doing his best job to match heat in the second half. City have got their own superstars in Ederson and Kusanov at the moment. De Bruyne has come on and made a difference as well. Doku's always probing. We've got dangerous players on both sides. Here's one of them, Omar Marmoush. He's ran into a Ryan Yates brick wall. That has to be a yellow, you'd think. Yeah. 2 challenges now. That's coming. There's a danger of Omar Marmoush. Just direct running, pace, energy, intensity. That's what he can bring. It's a really dangerous spot now for a free kick. I think a certain Kevin De Bruyne will have a look at this one. Can De Bruyne turn back the clock? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Can we see a bit of De Bruyne of 2020 from this set piece? City desperately want it. They'd love it, those fans behind the goal, watching on keenly. It's a 4-man wall. There's a draft excluder. And there's one Kevin De Bruyne over this one. Can he do it again? De Bruyne! Oh, straight at Sells. Just for a moment, I thought it might sneak under the keeper's legs. Went under the City 2-man wall, but way too central. Matt Sells can gobble that one up. Worried. But nonetheless, easy enough for Forest number 1. We've got just under 13 minutes to play, plus at least 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time. We've had an absolutely up-tempo, thrilling second half action. Saves from both keepers. Superb saves from Ederson. Kusanov diving challenges. Up and down. Intensity, energy. Loved every minute of the second half. That's who you get here at the City ground. That's who you get with Man City. Bernardo Silva. Despite struggling this season, they are the great entertainers with, I'm pretty sure, the second highest goals this season in the Premier League. So you're going to get goals with the City side. You can see some as well. We're like a little bit unconventional, but stop the cross nonetheless. Just for the moment, Forest can't get out. Murillo hooks that one in the Forest sky. Sells challenged by Haaland. Not happy with it, but I don't know what's wrong with that. I don't know what he's frustrated about. It's just a striker going for 50-50. Quiet day for Erling Haaland. None of his fault, though. The supply has been few and far between. You'd probably say Chris Wood gave him his best chance by miskicking that ball in the opening 10 or so minutes. Is this a sign of Nottingham Forest just happy to take the point here in the last 10 minutes? Alanga off, Sangare on. Defensive midfielder in place of a dynamic attacking winger. Probably not the best for us neutrals wanting an entertaining game, but for Nuno Espirito Santo and those Forest fans, a point against City is a point against City. No matter how in or out of form they are. Direct competition, direct rival for that top 4 spot, you'll take the point. Especially when you're the team ahead of them. Bit of structure now, I think you'd think. Still remains, as Chris Wood, the lone man at top. Hudson-Odoi will be keeping the width, looking at it as more of a right-sided forward. Anderson coming out this left-hand side as a left midfielder. Sangare, Gibbs-White, Yates all keeping central and compact. Looking like a bit of a 4-5-1 without the football now for Forest. City, we know how versatile they are. 3 at the back, 3 centre-halves with Rico Lewis and Kovacic in midfield. Marmouche, Haaland, De Bruyne keeping it central, and Doku and Silva keeping the width up top. There is Bernardo Silva looking for De Bruyne, and Murillo just blocks someone out of play for a throw, and he pumps those fans up in the corner there. There's Diaz looking for Doku. A bit quiet in the last few minutes. Well, one back by and he's relentless today. That's a push by Marmouche. And they'll pull it back, yeah. Late challenge on Hudson-Odoi. I think the Egyptian thought he got away with it, but referee caught at the corner of his eye. Little push, little clip of the heel. That's a Forest free kick. Oh, Lorena. Look at his socks off. The poor guy looks absolutely shattered. Still football to be played, though. We're really to loft this ball in. I keep saying these free kicks for Forest, we've seen them cause problems already this season. Milenkovic, Wood, even Elliot Anderson as well. You know they cause problems with these deep sort of lofted free kicks. City have to keep their wits about them. We approach the last 8 minutes of regulation. Murillo floats that one deep. Milenkovic first contact. Even second contact. That clearance as far as Sangare slips at a bad time. Ain has to get across. Does incredibly well to beat Marmouche to that. He has been everywhere, Elena. Brilliant. Against the fresh, quick-footed Marmouche. And that ping from Gibbs-White, superb. And there's Hudson-Odoi. And Gibbs-White's like it's a goal! And Hudson-Odoi at the near post. Cue the celebrations. And those tricky trees are done it again. The City ground. There is always a story to be told there. Forest flying. Champions League bound maybe. Just believe. Just believe. How about that for a goal? Callum Hudson-Odoi. I said it, there's going to be a man for the moment. That man was him. What's that ping though for Morgan Gibbs-White? One touch out of your feet. Have some of that. Great take from Hudson-Odoi, and he's got a few to go past here. Little change of pace. Beats Edison to the near post. And then cue the celebrations. Too much power. Oh, just a keeper need to get there. It's a soft hand. Little bit flappy at it. Near post. You can't let it in your near post, I don't think. Callum Hudson-Odoi, the hero. City giving it away. Forest, they know these moments. They love this. And I was giving Edison his props, but again, another stinker. But he's near post. City, all for them to do now. And these fans can dream, I think. They are owing up the Premier League. And they've played this one to a T. City and absorb pressure. Build into this game. And just when you thought City might get back in and take the ascendancy, there they are on the break. And there's Hudson-Odoi again. What a year he's had. Marmouche. Do City have a trick up their sleeve? Do some of these aging legs have another Energy bolt. Here's Huts. Huts at the door now. Heads up. Cross in for Chris Wood. It's Chris Wood. Oh, Kusanov in the way. Like he has been all day. It's not quite been Chris Wood's day, has it? This game is stretched now. And there is echoing chants around the City ground. Silva now. How does City break down this back four? That is got to be the question. Since half-time, they really created a chance. De Bruyne, he could be the man for it. Bernardo Silva, is there an answer? Oh. Milenkovic puts it behind. And it's offside anyway. Cue the substitution for Forest. Cue the celebrations. How about this? In the spring sunshine in Nottingham, they are delirious. And so they deserve to be. One new on for Chris Wood, and I think that Hudson-Odoi is making way. And he's also making way. What's a finish? Keep Bassey much more, but you have to be there to score. You have to put it in the back of the net. He hit the target. And that expression from Pep says a lot. Disappointed once more. But he's been great all day, Hudson-Odoi. Relentless running, resilient, worked hard, and when he had his moment, boy, he took it. On comes Morato. And they'll look to protect this result now. Centre halves are on. Awoniyi will be the out ball. A pacier centre forward. Where's the forgotten son, Tayo Awoniyi, with Chris Wood in the front three this season. Has City got one more trick up their sleeve? 3 minutes plus added to do it. Time rapidly ticking away. Jeremy Doku now. He's faded out of this game. Elaine has done a fantastic job on him the second half. Rico Lewis now picking up these spots. Bernardo Silva now. Joined by Kevin De Bruyne. It's back to De Bruyne. Lewis. Just overwhelmingly ridiculous amount of red shirts in there. You can't breathe in that box before being closed down. Marmoush's pass just reaches Bernardo Silva. The Portuguese pulls it back. Marmoush, dinked ball in. Away by Murillo. Like we've said so many times this season. Forest deeper and deeper. More compact as ever. 3 centre halves to try and beat. 3 very good aerially. Kusanov. Rolls into Marmoush. Gets a return ball. Dink ball. Too much on it from Kovacic, and they can let the time tick now. Forest. Time is their friend. Look at that. That live ladder. 3 points away from Arsenal in second. And 4 points clear of City in fourth as it stands. Going 5 points clear of Chelsea in fifth. And you think fifth probably would be Champions League this season. But you want to lock in that top 4 spot. You want to be third with the season they've had. So just ridiculous from Forest this season. Whenever you think they might just drop, they rebound like a result like this. Big team, small team, whatever team, they just find a way. And they're placed in the most exhilarating, counter-pressing, counter-attacking, high-paced football. It is a joy to watch. And this second half has been a joy. City have not had an answer for them. City every time you think they have a response there, they've got a bit of momentum. In comes a result like this where, so the first half I'll give it to them. Well, they were good. But second half, they've been on the back foot. Edison, big save. Kusanov, big block. Edison, Mayer. It's just, you don't get 90 minutes of City anymore. And you don't get that same clinical, sharp edge in the final third. And this is just hopeful right now. Murato away. Awonyi. Gibbs White's run all day long. And he's retrieved that one there. Silverdown might have win that one back though. It's a foul, Bailey and Anderson. Kovacic gets us going straight away. 4 minutes of stoppage time. 4 minutes of City to potentially nick a point here. They've been second rate, second best, second half. Can that flip that storyline here with a late goal? Doku stands it up. Oh, important header for Murillo. Haaland was there. It's been a brick wall this second half, Murillo. Milenkovic might have done the tough work on Erling Haaland, but Murillo's been that man nicking everything. Nico Williams in the way. Hack clear as far as Kovacic! Oh, and it's gone wide. What's a hit? It sat up for him as well. My God. I think everyone held their collective breath. The whole of Nottinghamshire held their breath. Oh. He struck that like a rocket. And just too much spin. Just got too much on it and it spun wide of the goal. I thought that was it. It sat up so nicely for Mateo Kovacic. Is that City's last chance? City ground sing. While City worry. They are hit or miss at the moment, City. I guess Edison is a symbol of their game. Remarkable 1 minute. Forgettable the next. Vardiol. Searching for De Bruyne. He does well to nick that one back. Rico Lewis's ball only finds Morgan Gibbs White. And there's Olaena once again running and retrieving. Now Taiwo Awonyi. Can Forest double down? Awonyi searching for the corner flag. And he finds a corner. To the absolutely ecstasy of that home end there. They can taste it. They can almost sniff it. At Champions League. Tuesday, Wednesday night. So close. So close now. Doesn't this go a long way for them in their season? In the corner flag they go. Apparently 30 years since they have a win. Versus Man City at the City Ground. It's been 6 unbeaten for Forest. So 6 winless games for them versus Man City. It's City 6 games unbeaten versus Nottingham Forest. The history has not been with those trees. But this might be the turning point. We've got a minute to go. Rico Lewis. See, you've had some ridiculous late goals over the years. Normally to win games, not to save games, but at this rate, they'll take anything. Silva. That's Kusanov. Forest, everyone behind the ball. There's red shirts everywhere. It's a red wall. Kusanov's ball. And gobbled by Sells. And that should be that, you'd think. What a performance from these Reds. They are the real deal. I said it coming into it. They were 5 without a win coming into this game. You just thought they were slipping. But whenever you think they've slipped this season, bang, there they are. Big result, big win. And in front of these fans, in this stadium, not many teams could come and win. Forest 1, City 0. Tricky trees once more. Tremendous trees, I think, now. And maybe even Champions League for this great club. Hudson-Odoi, the hero. Hero Hudson-Odoi. City once again humbled. And in front of those fans, they just dream. They believe now. Champions League football's around the corner. City slip up again. They fall short once more. They are 4 points adrift of Forest in third. And the tears of joy, tears of disbelief. But there is a lot of happy faces in that ground. That Trent End is buzzing. 4 clear of City, 3 adrift of second place. What a game, what a day for those Forest fans. I tell you what, they deserve it. A few tough years, a few tough seasons in the top flight, but they are there now. They deserve it. Nuno Espirito Santo and his men have been fabulous. But what next for Pep Guardiola? How do they respond? Another step back for them. No one standing up. Chance created with null and void. They got to find a way out of this hole. But what a game and what a day for Forest. They deserve it. They pick up the 3 points. As I said, Hudson-Odoi the hero, but a lot of heroic performances across that team. All of those players wearing red today deserve a pat on the back. Nuno's men continue marching towards Champions League football. Thank you for joining me, guys. It's been an absolutely super Saturday so far, but a few more games to come this evening. Enjoy the weekend's action. I'll see you guys for a video reaction or podcast very soon. Till next time, guys. Have a good one.